I feel this intense satisfaction and this energy wave. An energy wave flowing between me and all the people out there. That was it, our last show. No matter what happens with Beck now, tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that are all going to be the same as they always were. Last week, I stumbled upon a manga that truly blew me away and stood out as something special among all the other things I had been reading. It had me staying up all night reading it just because of how good it was, and I still wanted more. As someone who almost never comes across a series which may dethrone my favorite anime and or manga, this series may as well be a contender for my all-time favorites. It is just that good. Yukio Tanaka, known as Koyuki by his friends, is a regular 14-year-old Japanese boy starting 8th grade in junior high school. His life is full of boredom and every single day feels the same to him, with nothing exciting ever happening. But that all changed when he saves an odd-looking dog named Beck from some kids. Beck's owner turns out to be an emerging rock musician with big dreams and ambitions, 16-year-old Ryusuke Minami, who soon influences Koyuki to start playing the guitar. The story focuses on the trials and tribulations of their rock band named Beck and Koyuki's relationships with its members, in particular Ryusuke and his 14-year-old half-sister Maho. Beck is amazing. It is not only this journey through the music industry, but also a masterful coming-of-age story, all linked back to the beauty of music. Beck has really been an amazing read for me so far, and I feel I just have to cover it on the channel and hopefully have some of you guys pick it up. This video will cover the story of the manga, the ideas it expresses, how the music industry is portrayed, the characters and their distinct personality, traits and flaws, as well as why you should check out Beck, the manga that will blow you away. The entire premise of Beck may not be that intriguing to the majority. Reasons? Well, to some it may come off as this generic slice of life anime where there's this edgy know-it-all loner of a main character who ends up joining a club that changes his life. In Beck, however, Koyuki isn't edgy, he's far from it. He doubts himself, isn't a know-it-all, and doesn't really have self-confidence. Plus, instead of joining a club, our Koyuki joins a band. The other reason that many people may not like the premise is that Beck is a music manga. You will literally in fact be reading music, and in a previous video of mine I mentioned that the idea of reading music didn't really appeal to me and probably would be very boring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as someone who was not too fond of the whole idea behind the music manga genre, I can proudly say that the story of Beck is outright astonishing and that reading music is in fact really fun.
Stop the cap!
Bruh.
Let me elaborate before you leave the video with the idea that I'm a crackhead. You see, since you're reading music and there's no actual objective soundtrack that you have to listen to, you can throw on your headphones, put on your favorite jam, and imagine Koyuki and the rest of Beck performing it. You do not know how much I was vibing whilst listening to some Nujabes lo-fi and early Kanye albums, all while reading Beck and seeing Koyuki perform. Most of the time, there isn't really any musical lyrics that are shown along with the panels. There are references to real-life songs when a character is playing them, but you don't have to go off and put on that Beatles track Satosan is teaching Koyuki. You can listen to any genre of your liking while reading Beck, and I especially love that part of the series. I always tend to listen to music when reading manga, but that usually tends to be OSTs or lo-fi. I've never really listened to my favorite music genre, hip-hop, when reading manga, but now with Beck I have the opportunity to, and I truly do love the experience with my whole heart. Music isn't all there is to Beck's story too. We see many other events and themes tackled very different from music and the industry, but still, everything links back to the beauty of music as the story's core. Koyuki was a high school kid with a very boring life, but after meeting Ryusuke and finding out of the beauty of music, it changed his boring life and brought something exciting. But that doesn't take away his current and future problems that aren't music related. His lingering doubts and low self-confidence are still there, but so is his desire to break free from society's norms and the boring life that we are told to live. I can confidently say that Beck is the best coming-of-age story I have come across in media. Many other coming-of-age stories I have experienced seem to be scared to tackle the rebel phase of adolescence and wanting to be free, and if they do tackle it, it ends up being poorly handled. In simple terms, I mean this. You know the classic loner joins a club trope and finds love, right? That is part of growing up, but still, where's the rebellious phase? Where's the doing insane things with your friends and wanting to be free? That's a crucial part to high school coming of age stories for me, and I really love the fact that it's incorporated in Beck. Koyuki was told to be real. He can't be a rock star and he should just focus on school, go to college, get a degree and join the rat race. But he doesn't want that. He doesn't want his days to always be the same. He wants to do what he wants to do. That's why he stays up all night until 2 a.m. writing songs and playing guitar instead of studying for exams, because he's doing what he loves. That's why he goes skinny dipping in the school pool during summer break, because he might not get that opportunity again. That's why he stands up to the bully, because he doesn't want his life to be miserable. That's why he sneaks into the school broadcast room and plays his favorite Dying Breed song, because he thought the idea was fun. He does all of this to enjoy every single day to the fullest. Now, let me just add that you guys should study for exams and be upstanding moral citizens. That's important, okay? But if you have something you love to do, don't be afraid to leap into space and don't let what other people believe to be real and serious dictate your life. It seems like I'm turning into a self-help guru now. What I'm trying to get out here is that Beck captures the essence of being a teenager and the rebellious phase brilliantly, in the most relatable and distinct manner possible. You shouldn't let the idea of waking up, going to school, going to work, and then sleeping be your reality. That cycle alone scares Koyuki to the bone. I also really found the story relatable because the way Koyuki treats music is the same way I treat YouTube. You know, rushing home and finishing school just to work on your videos, or in Koyuki's case, practicing the guitar, and it kind of made me remember that all in all, these videos I make are mine and should be something I would enjoy to watch. In summer break, Koyuki doesn't sit around all day doing nothing. He learns to play guitar from a former Olympic swimmer who loves the Beatles. That reminded me of when I was younger and had the spur of the moment idea to do some crazy stuff in summer break. It may seem like I'm just talking about and adding crazy ideas or sharing events that don't really correlate to something, but isn't that what high school life is about? Doing crazy things just because they're fun and make the days worthwhile? Okay, now I really do sound like a self-help YouTube channel. I think it would be best to add that I don't mean crazy things as in things that will ruin your future. I mean crazy things like going skinny dipping, picking up a new hobby on a whim, and moreover escaping society's norms that studying, going to college, and doing something you don't really like is all there is to life. Okay, I really need to stop watching self-help videos. I hope you're getting the points I'm trying to make, and I'm sure when you read Beck, you'll understand me perfectly. Beck is the story of a boy who didn't have anything in life, who then found music and found his purpose, and it was through music he conquered his doubts and lived very exciting days. It's not a story that only revolves around music, but at its core, Beck will always be about the beauty of music. That is the brilliance of the manga called Beck. I also found the portrayal of the music industry to be very interesting. In reality, it is a very harsh and brutal world that revolves around money, but once in a while there will be a band or artist that no one knows about who will soon burst out onto the scene showing the world his or her talents and rocking on not just for the money or the fame, but rather just because that's what they really want to do and enjoy doing. Beck has a really nice grip on the music industry and presents it to us in the easiest way to follow while still remaining subtle and intricate. We see that starting off as an artist, you're going to have to perform at small clubs, hoping that a record label can take a liking to you and sign you. And even on the off chance that happens, you may not even make much money off the exchange. We also see the insane deals with unreal conditions artists might have to agree through just to make it onto the scene. Record labels really are tricky ones, but we also see the charm of new genuine artists performing and seeing how much it really means to them to be on stage and how much effort is putting into recording every single day while still having to keep up with daily life challenges, like where you'll sleep for the night in your crappy part-time job. If you are someone who aspires to work in the musical industry, I suggest you check out Beck because how the world of music is handled in the series is very close to how it really is in real life. The characters in Beck have to go through insane deals with record labels, and many artists in real life have admitted that the deals they agree to are equivalent to selling your soul with the insane conditions to them. But there are still good people in the industry who hold music above money and create passion projects for true artists. I really believe it's something for everyone to check out, whether they are interested in music or not. It is extremely educating at the end of the day. The whole entire vibe and culture in Beck is so damn cool too. Every single character is dripped out with the best outfits and really interesting dialogue. Beck is based in the 90s, so there's no sitting on your phone all day, yet still some things are exactly like they are today. You get to experience an era where music and pop culture were really developing. Rap music was coming about and American culture and style was becoming more influential overseas, and I really like how it's shown in Beck. The Japanese take great interest in American sounds and develop it into something great in Beck, and the fashion as well as the style is really progressive, as I even dress a little bit similar to Ryusuke and the rest of the band. The story of Beck is impeccable and deserves praise for what it chooses to tackle. American and Japanese youthful culture are challenged and it doesn't come off as cringe or forced. It really flows well. The entire vibe of the story is outstanding, very distinctive, and literally defines the word cool. The true nature of adolescence is captured in the best manner possible, featuring one of the greatest coming of age stories you'll ever experience, where our main character truly matures and overcomes his doubts doing the things he loves, living every day unlike the lost, and this all links back to the beauty of music and how it captured our main character's heart. So, tell me, does the idea of reading music still not stick out to you, and do you still brush it off as nothing but boring, or do you want to give Beck a try and experience this great story for yourself? Well, if you still find yourself not attracted to the story, I hope my explanation of the amazing cast of characters will change your mind, because I may as well like them even more than the story itself. Yukio Tanaka, or better known as Koyuki, the main character of Beck, is breathtaking and his journey is very pleasant to experience. He starts off as this normal average teenage boy, but through music he learns about himself and that he wants to change and do what he loves. It really is satisfying to see this kid who didn't have any confidence in himself standing up to the strongest bully and defending himself. Koyuki has top 5. No, top 2 potential as the main character for me, as so far I really am a fan of the themes and ideas his character portrays and brings to life with his journey. Koyuki has been picked on, he has ruined the show before because he was not good enough, and he has been told he'll never make it with music. But he never ever gives up. He keeps on working his hardest and doing what he loves. That is the boy named Yukio Tanaka. Ryusuke Minami, the one who changed Koyuki's life, is a really good side character. To outsiders, Ryusuke may come off as this bad influence who you don't want your child to be around, but no matter how he may look on the outside, or no matter what bizarre activities he may take part in, Ryusuke will always be a nice guy with a love for music and big dreams and ambitions he will stop at nothing to achieve. He's like that cool older brother introducing Koyuki to a whole new world full of exciting things. Ryusuke throughout the story is excellent, and I love how he tackles the challenges he faces in making it as an artist. He's not perfect, he is human, and he has his struggles and bad times, but he too, like Koyuki, never gives up, takes extreme gambles, and works his hardest to create the greatest band ever. Ryusuke is one of the coolest characters you will ever come upon. Mahou Minami, Ryusuke's half-sister and Koyuki's main love interest, is really the perfect female lead. She is eye candy, yes, but she also has her own struggles, and moreover, she feels real. She feels like a real human female, but at the same time comes off as the unreachable dream girl everyone wishes for. And before I get any comments about Mahou's age, we're the same age at the start of the story, so you can go read it to find out my age too. Maho acts tough on the outside, but in reality she will always cry for others, which is something really well done, and I never actually expected her to be that type. And most importantly, Maho was the one who recognized Koyuki's talents and helped him do what he loves most. Sakurai Osaku, Koyuki's best friend, is too a great character. He reminds me of that friend you meet by chance on the first day of a new school term or year and turns out to have the exact same interests as you, and immediately you two kick it off as buddies and become best friends. Saku and Koyuki have a really nice dynamic as characters, and I enjoy all of their interactions. Seeing Koyuki finally make a friend brought a smile to my face, and seeing their friendship throughout the course of the story is really something special. Chiba, like Ryusuke, is one of the coolest characters you may ever come across. My man has an afro, knows martial arts, is an excellent rapper, and once rocked an MF Doom t-shirt at a concert. Chiba is just a really cool character and not without depth too. We see later in the story he struggles with personal doubt that he isn't good enough for the band and maybe he shouldn't be in it. Chiba also has some of the best outfits in the series. The dude rocked a freaking MF Doom t-shirt and some Air Force Ones, all with the curly hair afro. He also goes crazy at every single concert, stage diving and beating up the security guards with his self-taught wrestling moves. How can you not love him? Taira is the basis for the band, and currently where I'm at with the manga, he hasn't really developed that much as the rest of the cast, but he is still great. He cares for the band, has a really cool design, and gives his all at every single concert. He is like the mature big brother to the entire band, and I really am excited to see more of him during the rest of the story. Satosan is the Olympic champion swimmer who taught Koyuki guitar and also trains him with swimming. Satosan is really funny and one of the most peculiar yet greatest mentors in anime manga. He keeps a huge stash of cultured magazines and visits hookers fairly often, but he will always remain a nice guy who done so much for Koyuki. There are really some hilarious things Saito-san has done, but due to YouTube policies, I can't talk about or share them on screen. You'll have to read it yourself to find out. So, why should you read Beck? Because it is amazing and provides you with a one-of-a-kind experience you won't find anywhere else. I know I recommend you guys a lot of stuff, but I can easily say this one should be top of the list. It completely blew me away as I was able to learn of the beauty of music and how it changes people's lives, the very corrupt industry, a coming-of-age story that felt real, relatable, and so inspiring, a cast of characters brimming with emotion, motivation, and struggles, but all with a love for music and a never-ending will to succeed, one day becoming the greatest band. This story is unlike any other that captures the essence of being a teenager and wanting to live an exciting life, all linking back to music. This is Beck, the Mongolian Chop Squad. That, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the video. I very much hope you enjoyed, and if you did, I really would appreciate it if you shared this video with a friend who likes music or just anime manga in general, as I believe you all need the opportunity to read Beck. If you are new here, I highly suggest you consider subscribing, as it really does help me out and ensures I'll continue to make many more videos just like this. This is going to be me signing off. Stay safe and remember to leap into space. I'm out. Peace!